Okay, so today I want to talk to you a little bit about massive weight loss goals. Now, most of us, when we get into the whole wellness and weight loss thing, we have a goal. And usually it's quite a large goal. I know in my case, it was 35 pounds. And that seemed like, oh my gosh, right? It seemed insurmountable to me. So today, I want to talk to you about how you can shift your view of your weight loss goals and try this easier, better system instead. Let's crack on. All right, so you just went to your doctor and they're like, hey, you're obese and you need to lose X amount of pounds. And you're like, oh my God, I am so offended. And what do you mean X amount of pounds? Nobody can lose that much weight. I've already tried. I tried everything. Oh my God, this is awful. So I think that a lot of us have been there. If, you've been to the doctor at all and they weigh you and they're like, wow, for your height, you're really overweight. And you're like, wow, I really didn't want to hear that even though I knew it was true. So after you get over the initial shock and you're like, I have to lose whatever it is, 52, 75, 100, whatever it is, right? And you look at the number in your mind, maybe even write it on paper, right? I want to lose 100 pounds by, and then you put a date, right? Because they tell you all your goals should have a date, right? Don't you feel so efficient now? And then you look back at your journal and you go, I'm such a complete failure. Oh my God. And this happens in a lot of areas, not just wellness, not just weight loss. It happens in all kinds of areas, right? We mean to do things and we don't get around to it because it seems so insurmountable. Like when you say, okay, lose 50 pounds in 9 months. You're like, oh, that's not very long. That's not very long at all. Well, what if I tell you to do it in 6 months? Do you feel better? No, I actually feel a lot worse. Right? So when we set these giant goals for ourselves, we are setting ourselves up to fail. Because if your brain does not believe it, you will not be able to achieve it. Right? Remember what I'm saying, and this applies to every single type of goal that you set. If your brain does not believe it, you will not be able to achieve it. It's very simple. When you set a monetary goal, if you've always only made $10,000 a year, and now you're saying, all right, $100,000 a year, do you think that your brain is going to come along for that ride? Your brain's like, what? You're so full of shit, right? You can't make that much money. You better forget about that. Now, we've all heard stories about people who lost 100 pounds in a relatively short period of time or who made $100,000 in a relatively short period of time. The difference is that they believed they could do it. So I want you to just look at your goal and say, okay, let's say it's 50 pounds. Well, break it down into 5-pound chunks because most of us know how to lose 5 pounds. If you have been, on your plan for a while and you're heading towards your goal and you are making progress, you can even go to 10 pounds. Most of us have lost 10 pounds. Right? But keep it relatively small and simple, right? Small and simple. Your brain knows that it can lose 5 pounds. It's not going to fight you on that. Your brain knows it can lose 10 pounds. It's not going to fight you. That is not an unreasonable amount of weight to lose if you need to lose 50 pounds, right? So now I want you to lose 5 pounds 10 times. And just keep telling your brain, right? It's fast and easy for me to lose 5 pounds. Fast and easy for me to lose 5 pounds. And just keep doing it until you're at the weight you would like to be at, because your brain is on board. It's going to be much easier. Your brain will not fight you over 5 pounds. So we start with the one little simple goal that our brain can easily get on board for. And then we add a little bit more. And then we add a little bit more. And the brain goes, okay, well, that's within the circle of accessibility. Your brain looks at what you've done in the past. It looks for examples of what you're trying to do. And you're going to find this with any goal that you set. Your brain is going to look at it and go, oh, wow, $100,000 a year. Oh my gosh. Right? Ooh, 100 pounds. Lose 100 pounds in a year? Ooh, I don't think so. We've never done that before. No. We can't. It's not possible. We've never done it before. Right? And that's why when you visualize and when you live in your outcome, right? When you live in that moment where you step on the scale and you realize, I have lost X amount of pounds, your brain thinks that you have done that before. So it is achievable for you. So, like I said, 5 pounds at a time, 10 pounds at a time, something small. Now, the first 5 pounds, I want you to just look at it and go, okay, first 5 pounds. I'm going to add vegetable juice, right? Because I want to improve the amount of nutrients going into my body. I want to be healthy. And I would like to have more energy, right? So I will drink vegetable juice and I will drink water because I want to start detoxing my system and flushing it out. And there's your first 5 pounds, right? You're just going to move away from any drinks that have a ton of sugar and move towards fresh vegetable juice from the juicer and water. Good quality water would be best, right? So, and when I say good quality, I mean filtered. I don't mean, please don't buy 8,000 plastic water bottles. It's not good for our environment. So get yourself like a zero water filtration system or install a system on your home. Those little systems that you just put the water in, it's a little jug. They're highly affordable, right? So fill your water bottles up with water from your filtration system. You can even get a larger size one that fits in your fridge, right? Good water and good vegetable juice, first 5 pounds. Then you'll say, okay, well, I have to lose another 5 pounds. So then you move to the next area and say, okay, I am going to go for a 30-minute walk once a day. Now, if you can't walk for 30 minutes, then start with a 10-minute walk twice a day. Just go in small increments, right? This is the problem. Everybody says, well, if 30 minutes walking is good, then 3 hours of walking must be better. And then they come home and they have blisters and their corns hurt and they have a bunion and their feet are killing them, their legs are killing them, they're dehydrated, and they feel like they're going to faint because it's all too much. And then they stop. So please don't do this to yourself. Don't think that if 30 minutes is good, then, 3 hours is way better. Because actually reverse is true. So small steps. We add that motion because we want to increase our energy levels. Okay? Then next 5 pounds. Okay, well, let's really look at what we're eating. And let's get rid of most of the things that have a lot of added sugar. Okay? So I'm going to cut back on cookies in packages, cakes, pies, all these kind of things. I'm going to cut back on that. And there's your next 5 pounds. And you're still doing the other things. You're still drinking your water. You're still drinking your fresh vegetable juice. You're still walking for 30 minutes, right? It's okay to move up your walk to an hour if you're on a trail or whatnot or what have you. But please, if you're getting tired, take a rest. You're not, by suffering, you're not winning anything except the desire to quit, right? We want to keep our desire to continue as high as possible. Okay, so it's going to be different for everybody. Next 5 pounds. Maybe you don't have a lot of sugar, but maybe you like carbs, like a lot, right? Refined carbs, like white rice and bread and white flour. Maybe you like all those things. Well, okay, so say to yourself, all right, now I'm going to cut back on refined carbs, right? And that'll be my next 5 pounds. So you're adding all those things plus cutting back on refined carbs, right? You're not going to have them at every meal. Nobody needs white bread, white rice, pasta, right? Or a bunch of white potatoes at every single meal. No one needs that. Just stop it, right? It doesn't matter what your background is like. If you've always had pasta at every dinner time, if you've always had rice at every, just stop. Have a salad instead, right? You can survive it. Take my word for it. I love rice. Love it. Right? I would eat rice every single day. I like all the kinds of rices, all of them. Right? White ones, long ones, little short ones, all different colors, all different kinds, wild, brown, everything. Indian rice, Chinese rice, every single kind of rice. Oh my gosh, I love it. Right? And I know that it's not the best thing to have. So, every once or 3 or 4 days, I will have rice. And when I have rice, I really have it. Like, I'll have a good sized serving of rice with whatever else I'm having, if I'm having a rice day. But like I said, we can cut down our refined carbs and not have them every day and lose another 5 pounds. So now you see how it's going. It's like 5 pounds. Have your plan for your first, write it down. First 5, second 5, third 5. Okay, now it's starting to get harder, right? Now you're at the 5th or 6th 5 pound goal. So what do you know about yourself? Well, late at night, I like to eat, right? Well, remove yourself from the situations where you're eating late at night, right? I also don't really enjoy exercising by myself, right? Well, with Rona going on, it's been kind of difficult to go to the gym because they're all closed. So we have to make do with what we have. I would download the podcast that you enjoy, or find some music that you enjoy, or find a walk far away from friend that you can kind of talk to from 6 feet away. You can walk together and still be 6 feet away. There's no reason why you have to walk hand in hand or shoulder to shoulder with somebody you don't live with. You can keep your distance and have a walk buddy, right? Find some way to get more enthusiastic about doing things, right? So the next 5, you may notice that walking, it's not doing it all the time, okay? So you may want to just add 2 days a week where you're intermittent fasting. Maybe you stop taking food for 12 hours. Do you see what I'm doing here? Every 5 pounds, I'm adding another thing. I'm saying, okay, I'm going to lose the first 5. I'm going to try and I don't want you to add them all the first week. because you will fail. It's too many lifestyle changes all at one time. Always ask yourself, how can I make losing this next 5 pounds as enjoyable as possible? And your brain will look for an answer, right? If you're the kind of person that, snacks in bed or that snacks in front of the TV, then you will have to find other behaviors that are similar to that behavior that replace that behavior. So if you never eat in your bedroom, then maybe you should think about spending the last hour of the evening in your bedroom. If that's usually the time that you're eating, then get busy with your hands during that time, right? Because usually with eating at night, it's mindless eating, handful after handful of whatever's there, right? It's just mindless. You're not really hungry. You're just like, maybe I should have some food. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should, do something crafty with those fingers of yours instead of reaching into that chip bowl. Give it a whirl. So, just to recap, right? Try the lose 5 pounds or lose 10 pounds at a time system, especially if your weight loss goal is overwhelming, right? Set smaller goals and criteria for each one of those smaller goals and say to yourself, all right, this 5 pounds, I'm going to add this, right? This 5 pounds, I'm going to add that. You will find in the beginning, with just putting the right fluids in, taking sugar out, and adding 30 minutes of whatever kind of movement a day, right? Wading in water, swimming, yoga, walking, skipping, doing a hula hoop, cleaning your house. It counts. I'm sorry, cleaning is hard work. Cleaning your house counts. You count that. Right? Because that, oh my gosh, you can really work up a sweat from cleaning. That is some hard work. So that counts as exercise, right? If you're really grooving along with it, not like if you're wiping a couple of counters, don't say, oh, well, I've exercised for today. I, wiped the toaster. So let's not cheat ourselves, right? Because we're only cheating ourselves. But if you're doing, vacuuming and carrying laundry up and down, it's all heavy, and, taking your kids to the park and putting them on the swings and kicking the ball around with them, that counts, right? Get active, get involved, put your phone down. Like, I'm begging you, get an earpiece, right? Put your phone in your pocket. You can listen to a podcast. I mean, if you're not entertained by what's happening with your children at the park, right? You can listen to things and still be in the moment with your kids, still be putting them on the slide, pushing them on the swings, playing soccer with them, showing them how to fly a kite. It all counts. But be present and be in the moment, right? When we're doing things mindlessly, this is when we make so many faux pas, right? I mean, you're watching a movie, you're all involved, you don't realize that you reached into the popcorn bag 16 times during that movie and ate 16 giant handfuls of whatever it is. Because it's mindless. You're not thinking about it. You're thinking about what the characters are doing in the movie. Oh my God, is that guy going to kill that guy? Oh my God, are they going to get back together? Oh my God, is the Queen really coming to visit Downton Abbey? So, just be mindful, right? Be mindful of what you're doing. Be in the moment, right? Set your small goals and set your intentions for each goal. Just two intentions, right? More water, less sugar. More vegetable juice, less refined carbs. Just go like that. every 5 pounds. And you will notice that it will start getting easier. You will take your habits with you to the next tier, to the next level of your next 5-pound weight loss. Anyway, I hope that has been helpful for you. And I want to thank you for listening to my podcast. It's been really great seeing all the comments and where people are from. I really enjoyed the feedback. So have a great day and please stay well.